PropertyLimBrothers is in District 26 today in the Springleaf area, and we are going to show you a 3-bed, 2-bath, dual-key duplex penthouse unit. In this unit, it features a rare and really unique configuration because you do have accessibility from the lower level as well as from the upper level. What this means is that you have the flexibility to choose whether you want to use it as a multi-generational living or part-own stay, part investment, or even use it as a full investment property. You can call the shots. Now, can't wait to share more with you about this home. Let's go and check out Roots at Transit. Before we kickstart the home tour, let's touch a little bit more on the project facts. Roots at Transit is a 99-year leasehold project starting from 2014. A very good balance lease of about 88 years. TOP in 2019, and it has a total of 31 residential units spreading across 1-bedder, 1+ study, 2-bedder, 2+ study, as well as 3-bedder. So in fact, there are only 2 3-bedder units, which are both 3-bedder dual-key penthouse units. This project is developed by Sunbi Investment Holdings, lower in density, yet you still get pretty functional facilities. On level 5, your swimming pool, children playground, jacuzzi, and on the roof level, you also have a fitness corner. Now coming to our unit, looking at the floor plan, it actually spans about 1324 square feet in size. On the lower level, you do have your own kitchenette, living, dining, as well as your bedroom that comes with an ensuite bathroom. And at the upper level, it also has its own separate kitchenette area, living, dining space, as well as 2 bedrooms. At the current moment, based on our layout, our current owners have actually conjoined 2 bedrooms together. This level 1 on the lower floor unit, it feels like a proper 1-bedder because it comes complete with your kitchenette, your living dining area. Towards my left hand side, you have this corner tucked at one side for your DB box, and of course you have a longish setup for your kitchenette area. You have a washer dryer as well as top hung cabinetry already done up for you. In terms of the spacing wise, if we are talking about like 1-bedder, this is definitely a good size. You still have your induction as well as your built-in oven. Right across opposite, you do have a fridge, very beautiful and complementary colors that is of neutral tones. Now, I think a lot of times for 1-bedder unit, you may be concerned about storage needs. So I think over here, that's not something that you need to worry about at all. You still have a space for your display cabinet. This is actually a 3-bedder unit, but on the lower floor, we're talking about it as like a 1-bedder because if we were to make a comparison to traditional dual-key layout, the 1-bedder that you have there is more like a studio where you don't get your proper living dining area, which is something that you can get here at Roots at Transit. Moving further in, over here you do have a little longish table which you can definitely double up as your dining table or even like a little study corner. But what I think is really great is that you are looking towards the greenery view because of this 4-panel of glass window. You do get a lot of natural lighting coming into the unit. So it's very bright, you don't need to worry about it being really dark. Currently we have a 2-seater sofa set up with a really good distance towards the TV feature wall that has a woody color scheme that is easy on the eye. And I personally really like this kind of floating TV console concept because if you do have like a robot vacuum, it can definitely go underneath it. Heading on into the bedroom itself, what I think is great is that typically what we do see is like a swing door, but to maximize space, we actually do have a sliding door over here instead. Currently, it's being set up with a queen size bed. You do have a nice little corner for your bedside table, but if let's say you want to actually put in a king size bed, I think if you were to remove that little drawer down there, you could still be able to fit a king-size bed. Right at this little corner, you also have a built-in desk. So I think this would be great if you want to use it as like a dressing table or even just a little study corner. And behind me, we actually do have a little planter area. So for buyers who have green fingers, I think you're really going to enjoy this spot right here. Moving further inwards, this is actually your built-in cabinet. Because of the ceiling height, you can actually go all the way up down there. So for things that you don't really use as often, you can definitely place it up on top. Towards ensuite bathroom, it's a really sizable bathroom and it comes with plenty of storage space for your toiletries and your daily essentials, a separate corner for your shower area, and it also comes complete with a ventilation window. talk a little bit more about the dual key strategies. Typically, buying a dual key unit is kind of like buying two properties at one go, and I think this is suitable for three groups of buyers. Group Group A are probably families and multi-generational living, whereby you do want to stay together yet have a good balance of privacy as well. Group B are the buyers who want to have part stay, part investment kind of concept. And Group C are the ones who purely come in as an investor and just want to fully tap on rental play. And now the two biggest advantage of buying into a dual key unit. First of all, you do not need to worry about additional buyer's stamp duty, because although seemingly it's like two separate properties, but you are actually buying under one name only. So you do not need to worry about incurring ABSC as compared to buying a separate two-bedder and a one-bedder. So this advantage is definitely very suitable and definitely works out well for Group B and Group C buyers. The second biggest advantage is the flexibility in terms of the home usage depending on the season of your life. So for instance, maybe you're currently in your 30s, you're looking at a full investment play because you do have a separate home to stay, maybe with your partner or with your parents. So you just want to buy this property and rent both the lower level and the upper level out. Maybe this side as a one-bedder and the top level as a two-bedder. You could definitely do so. And maybe further down the road, maybe you hold for a couple of years and you decided, hey, my plans have changed. Now I want to move in with maybe my partner, or I want to move in and stay alone, and you can rent out the other unit portion and help to cover part of your mortgage. And then maybe further down in a different season of your life, you decide to move in together with your family, you do have that flexibility to do so. So I think that is the beauty about dual key concept unit with this kind of configuration. Now I also want to touch a little bit more on the location of Roots at Transit. Now we are located at District 26. It's about 2 bus stops away to Springleaf MRT Station. And of course the project is near to SLE Expressway as well as the upcoming North-South corridor. In terms of the primary school, within 1 to 2 kilometers we do have Pei Ying Primary School. Amenities wise, we have Wisteria Mall, Northpoint City, restaurants and eating house along Sembawang Road, as well as restaurants along Upper Thomson Road, including the famous Springleaf Prata. Now in terms of recreation, you do have your Upper Seletar Reservoir Park, Mandai Executive Golf Course, Springleaf Nature Park, Sembawang Country Club, just to name a few. So I also want to briefly mention that further down the road at Upper Thomson Road, Parcel B, back in April 2024, this land itself, the GLS, has been awarded to Guaco Land and Intrepid Investment. So this is actually a joint venture, and given that the PSF per plot ratio is actually at about 905, the estimated break-even price for the developers is actually around 2,000 to 2,200. That means that when it eventually gets launched in the future, it's going to be approximately $2,500 to $2,800 per square foot. This actually gives us a very big disparity towards where we are today and the resale at Roots at Transit, because you are entering our unit at about a 1,400 odd PSF range. There is also an upcoming GLS site nearby that has been zoned residential on the URA master plan but has not been announced yet. So that means that with all these residential plots coming up, it's going to create a good opportunity for you when you enter into Roots at Transit today. Alright, let's go and check out the upper level. As we head up to level 2, you'll notice that along the staircase landing, we do have an additional built-in wardrobe space right here. So I would think that if you belong to the Group A kind of buyer, whereby it's a multi-generational kind of living, storage, I think you don't have to worry about it. But of course, if let's say today you belong to maybe part investment, part own stay, or full investment purposes, at the bottom you can just seal up this door, put out a partition wall, and then you can get to enjoy 2 separate space already. Now coming towards the upper level, this is actually the access door, but of course you can actually lock it up, so in the event that you do want to have a separate space from the occupant downstairs. Now coming onto this floor, you can see that this is a very clean look. You do have a little kitchenette area. You have your little corner for your washer dryer, top hung cabinetry, a proper sink right here, as well as your built-in oven and induction cooker right here. As we mentioned earlier on, both levels actually have its own living and dining space, which I think is really spectacular for a 1324 square feet kind of 3-bedder duplex penthouse unit. So in front of me, this is actually being set up as a little dining table area. You do have a little bar counter, built-in space for your display cabinetry. You can definitely display your price prized possessions. This is actually your designated living area. At the moment, we are actually setting this up as like a shoe cabinet space, but I think what would be great is if, let's say, you remove this area over here and change it into like a L-shaped sofa, and right in front of me, you can actually place in a TV feature wall or even like a projector screen, which is really popular these days, and you will be able to enjoy this little space as like a little entertainment area to host your family and friends when they visit you. And then maybe you'll be wondering, is there any space for my shoes then? I would think that maybe over here you could install like those slim kind of shoe cabinet design, so you can slot it right here. So this is the access door from the upper level. I just wanted to show you that it is actually a proper door. It doesn't lead you to like a service yard or service door. So I would think that if, let's say, you are multi-generational living, at night, if let's say you come home really late, you don't want to disturb your occupants downstairs, you can actually access from the lift up to this level itself and come straight to your home. And of course, if let's say you are doing part own stay, part investment, then you can also have a separate entrance point from your tenant. And if let's say today you are pure investment purposes and you are renting it out to 2 sets of different tenants, they can also have their own privacy and do not need to have any interaction between each other. Dual key units are naturally a rarity in itself, as developers do not commonly build these, and they can only be found in a minority of projects, hence the supply is on a lower end. Our unit is asking only at $1.958 million for a 3-bedder dual key duplex unit, grade size at 1324 square feet with no void space, PSF under the $1,500 mark, which places this as one of the most palatable entry prices, especially if you are looking for something newer and you want to ride on a new township effect with high growth opportunities. Our 3-bedder dual key unit right here at Roots at Transit definitely hits our PLB trifecta analysis. First of all, the size. It has generous floor plate of over 1,300 square feet with a unique duplex dual key layout for maximum privacy. Secondly, the quantum disparity. There is a low supply of homes that are younger over here, which makes our unit right here at the Roots at Transit one of the newest resale projects in Springleaf, yet still under the $2 million mark for a 3-bedder dual key duplex. Last but not least is the PSF disparity. There is a safety benchmark towards the new launches of over $500 PSF. Now, if we were to take a look at how the new launches in the surrounding area have been transacting, we have the Lentor area averaging transacting about 2,200 PSF, Lorong Chuan Toa Payoh Ang Mo Kio area average PSF transacting above 2005 to 2007 PSF range. This definitely leaves you a strong PSF disparity effect. Most importantly, this is as good as owning a 1-bedder and a 2-bedder, yet without needing to have the extra set of names or incur any ABSD, giving you high flexibility and an excellent pivot strategy at any time down the road. As this is still a relatively young project, you can always choose to come back in for your own stay and rent out the other, or home your multi-generational family. The choice is yours. Continuing with our home tour, across our kitchenette area, you do have the common bath area. For this common bath, the owner has actually renovated it. In terms of the condition, it's very well maintained and it's also very aesthetically pleasing. Towards this side, you have a dual door fridge. Before we head on into the master bedroom, I just want to share with you that from the original floor plan, there are actually 2 bedrooms on this upper level. But at the current moment, our owners have actually conjoined the 2 bedrooms together. If you were to revert it back to the original state, this is actually where the entrance towards one of the common bedroom is situated at. You can see that this beam right here is where you can put back up. You can reinstate the wall and then you'll be able to get to enjoy 2 separate bedroom space. Currently, you get to enjoy this very sizable and huge master bedroom. So I think that if let's say today you are just 2 of you or even a single person or maybe just a small family of 3, I think this space is perfect for you because at one corner you can fit in your king-size bed. At the opposite side, you can have this large entertainment area for you to spend some time together. And not forgetting, right at this corner, you even have a walk-in wardrobe that comes complete with a dressing table. The bedroom itself comes complete with a balcony space. Just check out this beautiful view. Well, I think this kind of scenery is perfect if you enjoy your own privacy, exclusivity, and you get to enjoy this serenity of greenery right in front of you. What a beautiful space. So So right over there, you can see that you have the Brooks 1, the Brooks 2 in front of us, and these are all mixed development. So if you want to have some restaurant, some cafe, I think you can just cross over the road and head on down there for some food. And your bus stop is right in front of you as well. And of course, if MCSC allow, perhaps you can consider doing a stand-alone structure zip track. So you can even zip track up this space if you want to expand your livable area. Otherwise, I would think that keeping it this way is also perfect if you just want to chill out after work, enjoy this beautiful scenery over a glass of wine. Now, just to deep dive a little bit more in terms of the numbers, assuming you purchase this dual key unit at $1.958 million with a 75% loan over 30 years at 2.5% interest rate, your monthly repayment will be approximately $5,800. And if you are planning to stay in the 2-bedder and rent out the 1-bedder at a lower level at conservatively about $2,500 per month, your net repayment drops to $3,300 odd. And if you were to stay at the 1-bedder at a lower level and rent out the 2-bedder at the upper level at $3,000 per month, your net repayment is reduced further to approximately $2,800. If you are going to rent out both sides, approximately $2,500 for the 1-bedder and approximately $3,000 over here at this level, total rental income you are expecting is approximately potentially $5,500. That means that in terms of your monthly top-up, it's just approximately $300. And accounting for your monthly CPF OA contribution, you may not even need to top up any cash amount. This gives you a very strong holding power and as well as to tap on the rental yield potential. But of course, do also account for things like your MCSC and property tax that will affect your net return. We think that this presents a really good opportunity for you to enter into this 3-bedder dual key penthouse unit at $1.958 million with the flexibility in terms of the usage of the home, be it for own stay, part investment, or for pure investment purposes. Alright, thank you for staying to the end of this home tour with me. So once again, if you are in the market today looking for a dual key unit and you do want a really unique dual key layout like ours with the flexibility depending on the season of your life, be it purchasing it for your own stay in a multi-generational kind of living, or part own stay, part investment, or even as a full rental play, I think this home right here, sized at 1324 square feet, is definitely something that you can consider. Asking price at just $1.958 million. I think this is something you do not want to miss out on. So if you do want to give this home a view, do contact our listing team. Our contact details are down below. Do also like and subscribe to PropertyLimBrothers YouTube channel. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My name is Yanyan, PropertyLimBrothers, always happy to show you the place. Herbs, 他们 H 好像是 silent 的。Ginseng, grow ginseng 可以吗？它长得出来吗？新加坡不会太热吗？Today at roots at blah blah sorry 那个就剪掉，很 redundant 的。bus stop 当然是两边的嘛。为什么要讲呢？如果说 like and subscribe to PropertyLimBrothers YouTube， 然后上 YouTube、Facebook、Instagram。Okay, let's go.